What is up, guys? I hope you are good. So here we've got a huge device. We've got an Asus gaming laptop. It's a 17-inch, so yeah, you can see the board is pretty big. I think it covers the mat from end to end. Kind of overlaps. Nah, it doesn't really overlap. It overlaps the area where the board is supposed to sit, but otherwise, yeah, it doesn't overlap the entire thing. Anyways, this device came in as dead. I did work on it. I managed to get it to work. Now it's running, it's playing nice, but the issue is the moment you kind of touch the charger, the machine goes off, goes dead. So I did open it up and then tested the charging port, and we do have an issue around the charging port. So the second issue that it had was of liquid metal. I don't know how it happened, but the liquid metal on this GPU and a little bit on the CPU as well, and the heat sinks both sides, it was more or less like stuck there. So I had to use something to literally scrape it off. It wouldn't just come off by wiping or pouring some liquid or something. It wasn't going out. Anyways, I'm gonna plug in a charger now to show you what is the issue that we're facing now. Let me try to kind of keep everything in frame. Yeah, there we go. So I don't have a heatsink on, so I don't want the device to kind of automatically start. So what I'll do is I'll check the charger first, and then we can see. So you can see the charger is working definitely fine, 20 volts. But when we come to the laptop itself, you can plug a charger there, and when you check, you've got like 0 volts. So you can straight by the charging port, and you kind of have like force it in a certain way, and it's very difficult to get an angle. But once you do get an angle, it works. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna replace this charging port with a charging port that I got from a donor board. So we're gonna put this charging port onto here. Yeah, looks like it's the same thing. Not quite, but it'll work. Anyways, I'll fire up the audio station and remove this charging port off. So what I would obviously suggest for anyone who is gonna be working on things like this is that try to tin the area a little bit with low melt solder. You add it all on all the pins. So the advantage with that is that it will lower the melting temperature of the solder that's holding the port in place. So if you do that, then you can easily remove it without a lot of effort and stress. Anyways, as you can see, it's not even easily accepting the low melt solder. So I guess I'll just have to approach with the audio station then, and have the charging port out. So I'm gonna rely on the hanging side of hanging the motherboard like this, and then sort of pushing it down. So what I even do sometimes is, like, when I'm applying water like this, then I'll just add the solder like this. So it is to just try to reduce the amount of seconds that I spend applying heat onto the board. So I should have probably put Kapton tape around that connector there, but anyways, I will try to blow away from it so that I don't damage it in any way. What's my temperature? So you can see it's coming off. There we go. It's gone. I'll just make a little bit of a comparison to make sure that this one will fit, and it looks like it will. There's just a slight difference on these pins. So one thing that you could do is to use a solder sucker and like remove everything from there, but yeah, you can still manage to put the charging port without doing that. Alright, so there we go. I think we are aligned enough. All we can do now is apply heat. So I'll try to like put heat and have the points melted, and then bring the charging port. There we go. Nope, it's not the way it was. This is upside down. Because I was pushing it down and I was taking it off, so I should be pushing it down with the other side like this. Then I'll know that it's in the right direction. Anyways, here comes the heat again. And then we can push the charging port in. So as you can see, there isn't much action happening here on the charging port. It's just ground and positive. I don't even know why they've got a center pin in there, because there is nothing there. Just have got negative 1, 2, 3. Even this one is negative 1, 2, 3. That's negative, and then only 2 positives. So there isn't that much of activity happening there. Okay, there we go. Let us let's add some solder to make sure that it doesn't come off later on when someone is using it or gaming or something like that. We'll just add some solder. Also, it's best to do it now while the board is hot, because it's not gonna need a lot of effort from the soldering iron to heat up the area. There we go. And our positives, there we go, and the last 2 negatives on the side. There we go. So now all I have to do is fit the board into the casing and test. So I can see it's got a giant cooling fan here, cooling system rather than just fan, because it's combined together, all these pipes into a single thing. We have got the screws. I think they're supposed to be 8 from the time that I removed them. I kind of mixed them with an HP laptop that I'm working on. I didn't mind really, because they're totally different screws, so not a big issue. Okay. Got one missing screw. Must have remained there on the magnet. Where is it? It's not on the magnet. Anyways, I'll find that later on. For now, let's test if this thing is working. So I'll plug the cooling fans into the motherboard, because I guess we can use those to see if the motherboard is started up or not. And now that I'm trying to put the fan in place, I'm noticing that I should have probably done that before I put the screws off the heatsink. Okay, it's in. And then the other side is not a lot of work, it's just a straight connection. This side the connection was underneath the heatsink, so it was kind of a struggle. Let me try to raise this a little bit and then zoom out maybe. Oh, so here's the charger. There's the charger. I'll need the multimeter as well, and we can plug it in and see. Is there something popping up? Nope, there's nothing popping up. I don't know why I was hearing sounds of pops. Okay, there's nothing popping up. I've got an orange light over there. So I don't know what was making that noise. That was a funny thing to happen. So now we do have voltage coming into the laptop. And we've got the fan spinning. There we go. Both sides. I don't think there's a need for me to check the voltage because we can see the laptop is functioning. But what was that popping sound? I'm pretty sure you heard it as well. There we go, 20.05. So this thing is on, it's even blinking, and an LED there. Both fans are spinning, but they are terrible. Terrible. I don't know if it's the position that they were in, but they were making a funny noise. Okay, so I'm gonna restart it now. Just give it a minute, you hear it. Yep, that's not supposed to sound like that. This one is okay, but not that. So you can see I'm actually moving around the laptop, moving around the motherboard, and it's still spinning the fan. It didn't switch off. So this is okay now. This is definitely fixed. Not a problem. I'm moving and flexing it around. It's still working. So we are definitely sorted now. I'll assemble the laptop and then we can then test in the gaming section now. I'm going to pause for now and assemble up the laptop and then test it once it's closed. Okay guys, so I've got the motherboard in the chassis now. You can see it's running without a charge because the battery does have a little bit of power. Just don't know how long it's gonna keep up. I've plugged the charger. We do have an orange light now. Fans are still spinning, and there we go. You can hear the sound of Republic of Gamers. So I've got my own SSD inside this thing now because it came without an SSD, and that isn't why I'm not really connecting a keyboard, because the keyboard on it doesn't work. So even the person that brought the laptop mentioned that they tried to change the keyboard or something like that. So I don't know whether they gave me the old keyboard or the new keyboard. I wouldn't know. The one that they gave me with the laptop doesn't work at all. So there we go. And that is mine. That is my Windows over there. I'm gonna type my pin. So it's even better now because it used to spin like the fans. You would be hearing them like right now. So after having removed all that liquid metal and then replacing it, I just put normal thermopaste. So yeah, this is sorted. I'm trying to avoid having to show any details on my PC. Anyways, there we go. I'm running my own Windows right now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run games. I'll probably post a video of me playing games later on. Yeah, just to make sure it works. Anyways, that's it for now, guys. I will see you in another clip. Cheers.